So, topic of the video is Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill, he started doing this a couple of months ago, where he started going into altercations on Twitter, X, call it what you want, online, even on YouTube comments of his videos, where he just, he just fucking argues with people, and people that are trolls and people that are not trolls, that are actually his fans. I see the pattern. It's been happening. It's been happening for a few months now. Ever since he's in the spotlight, right? He's got a platform. He's got bigger. And during his injury, and he's just started training right now. He's recovered, I guess. And I really hope to see him fight soon. But he kind of lost me with all that crap. I don't know. I really watched his YouTube videos on his channel. I think it's called Reels and whatever. Yeah, but he had the altercation with, if you guys remember, a few months back with Ariel Helwani. And I was on his side. I think Ariel Helwani did him dirty. The way he kind of like turned Jerry Prohaska on him, the whole conversation. If you look back at it, I'm not going to cover that now, but I was with him. I was with him on that one. I completely agreed. I thought that Ariel was weak, and then offered some kind of fake apology, then come back to my studio. He's like, no, you come back to my studio. And I was totally with him. But then he started being more vocal, had more time on his hands, obviously, since he's injured, being online, and he started getting into altercations with people online. Like, trolls, okay, but still, you should ignore them. You're bigger than that. You're in the spotlight. You're a public figure. You're a known fighter. You were a champion at that time. Like, you shouldn't get down to that level to argue with trolls online, right? Why would you do that? But then you had people that complimenting him, said, hey, bro, you're the real shit. I'm with you. And then he misreads those comments. I don't know even how. And he turns on them as well. And he's like, y'all motherfuckers, y'all fake fans. I know who the real ones are. The real ones are with me or not with me. And by the way, none of you did what I did in my life. Not even 1% of my success. You will also never achieve it. Like, there's this whole notion that he has that all MMA fans, or at least those Twitter MMA fans like myself, I don't know, we're all living in a basement and we live at our moms and we're all nerds and we're fat and we're ugly and losers, right? That was kind of like the stigma for gamers back in the day. Right now you have people, I don't know if that's still the stigma, but you got all sorts of people playing games, right? All sorts of games, all different consoles, computers, and all that. Doesn't matter. But I feel like that's what the fighters and the general thing about toxic fans. No, those are all normal people. I mean, yeah, sure. Sometimes we unleash our frustrations, including myself. Sometimes I'm more vulgar than not, but it's just the nature of the beast. It's the internet. I mean, come on, it's the internet. There's nothing special, crazy about MMA Twitter, right? They call it MMA Twitter. I think NBA fans as well are pretty wild. NFL fans. Speaking of which, Jon Anik, right, recently came out and he's like, I don't know if I can take any more of this hateful comments from these fans. I don't know how much time I have left in the sport. That was pretty soft. I mean, I love Jon Anik. I know some of you will disagree, but I think that was pretty soft of him to say that, really. Like, bro, you're like, he's a millionaire. I don't know how much money he's making with ESPN and the UFC and everything, but he's making pretty good damn money. If not a millionaire, he's like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's a part of the job. You're going to deal with the public. You're going to deal with all sorts of people. You're going to deal with comments. You're a public figure, right? You're always in the spotlight. And I don't even think, like, nobody asked this question. Where was this hate? Where are these hateful comments for Jon Anik? I've never seen them. Supposedly they're on Twitter. I went on his Twitter. I went on his posts, maybe on the YouTube comments of his podcast with Kenny Florian and his brother. I'm not sure. I never really saw those comments. What, he saw maybe a few comments and then I can't take it anymore? I mean, these guys get more praise than anybody in the space. If anybody, the fighters get the hate all the time, right? Or Dana. But Jon Anik, I never remember seeing any hateful comments ever. And I follow these people on all platforms, on all social media. So that was surprising. I thought he just pulled a move to negotiate a better contract and then he can present it to the UFC, like, see how many people love me. I mean, that's my guess, especially because he mentioned NFL. Maybe NFL was in his mind, or maybe they made a subliminal offer when your contract expires, let's go to NFL, and then he just threw the hook and we all fell for it. That's my 2 cents on that. But as far as Jamahal Hill, he lost me there, and I think he lost a lot of people. Like, okay, you're arguing with trolls, you shouldn't even do that, but then you start arguing with the whole fan base, you name call everybody, you think that you're more successful than anybody watching you just because you're fighting in a cage. let's get your shit straight, man. Okay, you're a successful cage fighter. All right, good for you, right? But I'm pretty sure there's some more successful people than you that watch you and maybe were your fans or just know about you, you know? So it's pretty dumb to assume that and to misread comments like plain comments. I mean, maybe you're just uneducated or you're not the smartest guy. Listen, I had my doubts when I saw his tattoo. I was like, what sane person, what normal person would put those thumbs up, whatever the fuck they are, on his chest? I mean, that's the most hideous tattoo I've ever seen. It's disgusting. Check out his tattoo. I mean, it's ridiculous. So Ben Davis went after him, and they went back and forth, and the usual, keep your gay, keep your name out of my mouth, yada, yada, yada. And Ben Davis, I don't even like the guy too much, but I follow him as well. Like I said, he's pretty big. He's a pretty big character now in the space. He said, like, you're just proving my point. He posted a lighthearted meme, just, you know, genuinely joking about how Jamahal Hill acts on Twitter every day. He just waits for the haters or semi-haters and just goes on attack mode. And in that thread, he continued 15 minutes arguing with people, literally going to the point where, send me your location, let's meet up, I'm going to kick your ass. And then one guy said, like, listen, dude, you don't realize that some people have guns here. Like, yeah, sure, you're a fighter. Sure, you can beat probably 99% of us in that space, on Twitter, but you know, some people have guns. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? You're just going to get in trouble. And I mean, he already got in trouble. I don't want to bring that up, but, you know, you got your family problem. We know you have a problem with law enforcement. You got arrested. You fucking knocked out your brother. And you got, I don't know how many baby mamas. You got a lot of kids. So, yeah, sure, you're successful. But remember, in the fight game, things change real quick. You can get knocked out in the next fight and people will forget about you. And you're not going to be making as much money. You're not going to be as popular or even hated. People won't care about you. And yeah, I think it seems like you got a lot of bills to pay. You got a lot of baby mamas. You got a lot of kids. There's a lot of alimony right there. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to be smart. I hope he's smart at least with his money and how he invests that money that he got. Because it doesn't last forever. And especially if you got a lot of expenses, it's going to fucking vanish. So, yeah, he lost me there. I was going to root for him, whatever his next opponent was. But, you know what, if he fights Alex Pereira, I'm going to go for Alex Pereira. I mean, this guy doesn't even speak English, but he's far more likable. He's not a troll. He's embracing the popularity and everything. He's just a cool guy. He's got that cool vibe. Jamahal Hill, now at this point, he just seems like a very insecure, sensitive person that can't take a joke. Has to take everything so seriously and too hard, takes everything personal, and I think the ego kicked in a little bit, you know, and we don't want to see that. We don't like to see down people. I'm sure he still has a lot of fans, but I'm confident that just like me, he lost a lot of fans with that stupid, cocky ego, a little unintelligent responses, you know. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think about Jamahal Hill. I think he's going down. So we'll see. We'll see how he recovers. I wish him nothing but the best as far as the fighting. I think he's a great fighter, but I think he just got a little too cocky. His ego kicked in. And, yeah, those tattoos as well, man, that sucks. Let me know in the comments what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to Octacage MMA. I'll see you in the next one.